Hello, welcome into this mystery reading. My name is Molly. I am the Quantum Leap Queen. Thanks for joining. These readings, these mystery readings, are timeless and they are designed to give you nourishment whenever you need them. So it's a resource that you can utilize at any time. I'm going to set the intention to give this group the best messages that they need to hear today, and let's find out what we're talking about on this mystery reading. What do we need to look at? I'm starting with the tarot, of course. This one is the Pause Tarot. Let's get some details. Ooh, Page of Cups. That's a really cute one to get out first. Let's take a look. What else? We have the Queen of Wands. Okay. And the Nine of Wands. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And the Knight of Swords. Okay, I understand. We are going to be talking about a relationship. A relationship that I don't believe worked out. So the Page of Cups coming out and the Queen of Wands. This was your partner's energy, who you were with, the Page of Cups. And then this is your energy, the Queen of Wands. So I feel like you had someone that really romanced you at the beginning. Like this Page of Cups is kind of like the most immature energy when it comes to the cups. And I'm just getting like an energy of someone that was so excited to invest in a Queen of Wands energy, which is you. So I think they like really amped up the romance at the beginning of your relationship. But I see that that wasn't something that lasted, and it was because this person is more in that beginner, not super grounded to love, like within themselves. Because for a person to give consistent love throughout a relationship, they have to be consistent with the love to themselves within them. So I don't see that that's something this last person was. They were more on the surface level of love, or it's more like lust, honestly, or more like novelty. It wasn't really rooted in like, I want to create something super long and lasting. I want to take my time. It was more like, I want this person to fall for me really quick, or like I want to put my all in, get them hooked, and then I can slowly back off. Unfortunately, that's what I see. And then, but you, with the Queen of Wands, I feel like you've almost always been this Queen of Wands, like someone that is more in touch and in tune with yourself and your magic, your energy. And but it was still really nice to have someone like give so much, and you thought that this person was coming from a genuine place. Perhaps they were, but they just don't have that level of maturity that you're really looking for in a long-term partner. It gave me more information about your two dynamics. So I had the Nine of Wands, which is your energy, and the Knight of Swords, which is their energy. And I just feel like this is how things progressed. The Knight of Swords being their energy, they went from being someone like soft and innocent or something like that into someone that is like the opposite of innocent, someone that is like a rebel and doesn't care. And they totally are gonna do their own thing. They don't care what anyone says. They're going to do their own thing, which, I mean, respect to that. But honestly, they left you confused. I feel like they left you confused because they invested so much and then they pulled away so drastically. This is someone who is really fast acting and maybe like fast with their words, or but they're not, again, it's not like grounded in anything. It's just like, it is still yet that immature energy, and it's very much based in the mind. It's not even connected really to the body, the heart, something deeper. It's just like mind games that this person plays. Nine of Wands being your energy, I feel like you're like the one taking care of the relationship or trying to make it work, but it just like isn't working because that person is not putting in the same amount of effort and you need two to build something, right? And so I feel like you're still like like this cat is doing like cleaning the space, like wanting it to be a good environment, and yet very confused because your partner isn't showing up in that same way. And so the energy of the Nine of Wands is kind of like fighting for a space, but you don't need to be. You're fighting for a space like to hold this relationship or to be in this partner's life. But I'm sorry to say, but they just don't care to take up that same amount of responsibility. So it makes you feel crazy or like, what's wrong with me? Or like, am I the problem? That's just the vibes I'm getting, the energy I'm getting off the bat. And then I had death at the top of the deck, so that tells me likely you've already moved on, and if not, you're very much considering it. But it just means that this was never a relationship meant for forever. I think this relationship was meant to teach you things about yourself and about people. Seven of Wands, Ten of Cups. You could feel like you are the one still fighting for your point of view. Maybe you felt like that in the relationship, like you had to even fight to you had to fight for like your feelings or like your point of view or like how you saw things because it was like your partner didn't see them as equal. And you didn't see them as equal. You saw them as like on a pedestal or like you really got hooked. You really got hook, line, and sinker, head over heels kind of love for this person, and them not being consistent with that really had you fighting. So that's what I'm seeing, that it was very exhausting for you in this relationship, but I also think this relationship helped you to realize a lot about what you truly want in life and truly want in a partner. But they just weren't it. They just weren't the person for you to fulfill this dream, but they awakened the dream. They awakened this dream even more so, like, of what you truly are desiring. So that's something to be grateful for, how much that you awoke to your own desires going through this relationship. Okay, yep. Oh, interesting. Okay. This person did play mind games a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, because then I got the Queen of Swords in the reverse, and it landed on their first card, the Page of Cups. And what I see about this is even though you're coming out as a queen here, like I think this is your energy, it's literally came out in the reverse and at the bottom of the Page of Cups to say this was kind of the dynamic as far as literally, I think you saw them as above or on a pedestal, and they literally saw the same thing energetically. They saw themselves as above you, and that your points of view, the way that you see the world, doesn't matter as much as theirs. And to be honest, that's not even the energy of a friend that you should have around you. This energy of I'm better, where we're not on the same playing field. That's the energy of someone who is so immature and they feel like they need to win. It's very childish energy. So that's what I see. And then I had the the Seven of Swords at the top of the deck. And I just feel like you could never win with this person because they're lying and deceiving to themselves. There's a big signature of self-hatred with them, and it's not something that they've explored too deeply. I think they're one to just keep numbing or just keep playing these games, these mind games. They're not interested in getting to know themselves on a deeper level, I truly believe. When the Devil card next, like, this really shook you up. This was this was a relationship built on codependency. There was an anxious, there was an avoidance here. That's kind of how I see it. And with the Two of Pentacles, it's like you're coming back to yourself in a new way. Like you're trying to find that balance again within you. And I think you have done some work when it comes to that. You would have to being with someone and then coming out the other side of this relationship. It's helping you to find more of your energetic balance and get more solid and secure in yourself so that a person like this doesn't fool you again in the future, or you won't fall for the same energy because you see right through into what this person is really saying and not just their actions, let's say, or their words. You take into account everything now. So that's another thing about this person. I feel like there are a lot of words and little action. I feel like they really don't know what they want, actually, at the end of the day. What else do we need to know about this relationship? Nice. Okay. I have the Eight of Wands and the Five of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is definitely your energy, and it's saying that you have been one to believe in magic for quite some time. And obviously we can see that with the Queen of Wands. It's a little bit like you're tapped in, you're connected, whether consciously or subconsciously, you have been working with the energies around you, and you have this deep trust in yourself and in the universe, that everything turns out in your favor. I truly believe that. And I think that even since you've left this person, it's been a lot of connecting back to yourself and listening more and connecting more with life around you. And I feel like you have an upgraded relationship with your connection with life. And perhaps it speaks to you a lot. The Five of Wands is their energy. And I feel like it's saying they're doing the same games. You're like, if you ever find yourself missing this person, what you're missing is the good parts, obviously, that you experienced with them. But a reminder in those times is also those parts where they just keep playing games is still there. And you see there's these cats and then there's a rat with, it's almost like, what would you call this? Like the master robe, wearing a robe of like a karate master or something. And they, again, are seeing themselves as the master of games. They're mastering games. And I just don't think that's how you play. You play like magical games with the universe, but when it comes to people, you prefer to be more straightforward with your energy. Not that you're not silly and like tease people or anything like that, but it's more like, I don't want to play mind games with you, truthfully. I don't want to really act or fabricate a personality. I want to just be me, and I want to be straightforward, because it literally takes more energy than to create these kind of whirlwind of mind games with people. So I just see this as a reminder that they are doing the same stuff they have always done, and I don't see them changing anytime soon. That's their journey, that's their life, and that does provide some level of entertainment for them. But I think they're going to keep finding themselves empty and looking for more at the end of the day. That's how I feel. Oh, and I'll just end. Oh, we have the sun and the moon. Nice. You are mastering both your feminine, your masculine, your light, your dark. You're literally finding the balance within you so that you don't need to rely on anyone or anything outside of you. You have connected so deeply to within you that you know anything that happens, that you got you at the end of the day. That is the vibration I feel like you are mastering post being in a relationship with this person. So it's beautiful. They actually awakened so much in you. You actually have so much to thank this person for. Not because they didn't do it consciously, right? I'm sure they're wishing for your downfall, and maybe you theirs. But honestly, at the end of the day, you both really benefited each other, and that it is a relationship to honor, truthfully. But most importantly is the honoring of you and you, how far you've come, and how far, literally what's coming next for you. I can guarantee you, the more that you focus on your vibration being in that balanced spot, not shoving away the negatives, and in fact learning about them and integrating them. And their family, your demons, whatever, your demons are your family. Like, they're not even demons. Everything is us. Love includes everything. It's unconditional love. So you're going to have everything. We need everything in order to have anything exist. So you're learning about everything about yourself going through this, and you are alchemizing so it all makes that whole again, or that wholeness feeling within you. And then you're really magnetic to life. So that's what I feel about initially what we need to talk about. Let's move on to some oracle stuff. In fact, I want to start with throwing some astro dice for you. Let's take a look. What do we need to look at astrologically? Pluto in Capricorn in the 5th house. Wow. Pluto in Capricorn, that is an intense combo, let's say. Pluto is Hades energy. This is the god of the underworld. But lately I've been talking about Pluto as the farmer energy. The farmer that comes by, takes its time to till up soil. So anything you had where Pluto's coming by is going to be tilled up, starting fresh. From fresh. And so you can make room for something new. Capricorn brings this level of practicality in it, long-term thinking, responsibility. It's ruled by Saturn, so there is just this element of like, let's do things right from the ground up. So you kind of have double that energy of we're going to do things right. And then it's in the 5th house of play, fertility, creation. It's, 5th house is kind of like Leo energy, basically like Leo energy. So it's almost like, gosh, you've put yourself in the right environment just to thrive, even though it's really tough, difficult work to start fresh. That it's necessary for you, and you're willing to do the long-term work. So the tilling of the soil and looking at like what has been under there for so long, that's difficult work, but it's almost like in this sunshine house. Like the 5th house, I think I just like it brightens up, like, wow, okay, like let's really take a look. And then also, because everything is tilled up, it's getting the nutrients from the sun as well, and it's building something that is so rooted in joy and play and fun. And so I just get that you're taking this really tough situation and you're alchemizing it to be the best that it can be, which is that groundedness, and then also growing into something that is just so magical and magnetic. And that's what I see. So let's pull a card or two about that too. What does this group need to hear most today? Thank you. Ooh, flirtation. We have Venus and Sagittarius. Flirtation. And then we have idealism with the sun in Aquarius. Idealism and flirtation. Yeah, I feel like there is a message here of like, you can be whatever you want. Truly, truly, you can become whatever it is that you want, and you can flirt with new energy matches. Not necessarily people, unless you want it to be that, but it's more like states of being. You get to flirt with different states of being that you're choosing. You get to flirt with your future, You get to flirt with your timeline about what's coming in. The idealism maybe makes me think like perhaps there could be a lot of expectations you have on yourself for how things are going to turn out. And that's a reminder just to remain grounded. But honestly, from the Astro dice, the Pluto and Capricorn and the 5th, I feel like that is your long-term goal, is to be very grounded and yet make the space, make the room for all of this sunshine, flirtation, all the good things to really arrive in your life as well. So, yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I don't feel like there's too much of like advice or anything for you, but I think it's just an indicator that you're right, you're correct on your path. You are naturally bringing in more joy, more flirtation, and that you do get to play with your vibration now more than you ever did before, because you are literally expanding into new parts of yourself you have not yet expanded into. So, that's it for that deck. Let's move on, shall we? Let's pull from the Animal Oracle. We'll get some animal wisdom for you. What does this group need to hear most today? What would they benefit from most? Oh, okay. I got claim your power with a tiger. Nice. Tiger, I guess, is Leo, but still in the same big cat category, which is lion, tigers. Well, let's take a look at this card. 25. 25, claim your tiger. Claim your power, the tiger. Anyone face to face with a tiger instantly shifts into a state of respect for her prolific power. Tiger summons you to connect with your greatest power, to overcome yourself, to overcome your doubts, fears, insecurities, and illusions of the ego, and to use boundaries. While many of the animals in this deck ask you to be accepting of your emotions, when this card comes up, it means enough is enough. Tiger does not appear now with the feminine energy of allowing. This is the masculine energy of taking action and creating what you want. It is time to care more about the end goal than the heavy emotions you are currently feeling. The action called for you here is snap out of the illusion and get your thoughts in gear. Ooh. When you change your thoughts of the world around you changes. Get in control of your thoughts and transform the story you tell yourself. You are not your feelings, so stop mistaking them for your identity. Shift perspective, conquer your emotions, and carve the life you desire. You can no longer submit to the identities and definitions that you once projected on yourself and others. It is time to move forward and initiate your power. When you stand in your greatness like a tiger, you have nothing to prove, for you just are. True power is not directed or enforced. True power is not dictated or enforced. It is an energy that magnetizes others to want to help you in your cause. Once someone has to prove and display their strength, they've already lost it. Tiger's medicine says stop playing the victim of circumstance. Your power is even greater than Tiger's, yet you wallow in smallness and self-pity. How strange is it that the one with so much power is so blinded by it? You feel imprisoned by your own circumstances, yet the only prison is the story you painted over your circumstances. Tiger's medicine is to wake up, get real, change your story, and change your life. Claim your power. Oof. Powerful. Just like this card. Wow. Yeah, so if you have been a little too woe is me about the past and about this relationship we've been talking about, good to not stay in those energies for too long. See them as they are, like the old story. And I think you are doing that natural cultivating to creating a new way of seeing yourself. Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking back to the astrology that we pulled, and that fifth house being the house of the lion and the tiger. It's kind of the same, like stepping more into your power. Power, and Pluto is power too. So, if you have been feeling like the victim, I feel like you're not going to feel like that for very long. I, there's some people, there's some energy here in this group that maybe stays a little bit longer in those victim thoughts, and some people don't. But honestly, we're all on our own healing journey, and it's going to look different for everyone. So I think that's a good reminder to say there is a time and place to really change your thoughts and to change the story that you tell yourself of you and what is possible for you. And only you can be the one that has that say. You know, you're the one at the end of the day that gives yourself permission to or to not do something. So that's a good message. Thanks for that, Spirit. I'd like to pull from 2 more decks here. Let's pull an angel number. Angel number oracle. What would benefit this group the most? Ooh, okay, so we have 9-9 truth and 3-3 with action. Yeah, truth, action. Yeah, I feel like that's self-explanatory. Truthful action. There is a necessity for you to move, like for you to take some action, but rooted in truth, like rooted in intention setting of truth, like really getting clear on your vibration for what it is that you're creating. The power of intention, that's taking an action, focused action step before you create something to then have the magic like create it for you, or to have that ripple effect you're looking for. So you're gonna just keep winning at life when you're coming from your integrity, of course, right? Your actions and words are aligning, and you're taking action. And if you're out of integrity in ways, it's a reminder to get back into it, because that's where you're more powerful. And you are ready for some action taking. You are ready for that. So however that looks for you, maybe it is creating an art project. Maybe it is like, I don't know, getting up and moving, like going somewhere else, either traveling or literally moving your life somewhere. There's so many things it can look like, but just know, like, you are your own highest power. So listen to your intuition about what it wants you to get into next. And it's constantly laying the path for you. You just got to get good at listening. And sometimes the path is stay where you're at, or like work on this coloring book, or like it can be so many things. Okay, I want to get one more message for you from the I Create My Reality deck. And let's take a look. What would be the best message for this group to hear today? Oh, okay, we got 2. Thank you. The first one is, I can attract anything I desire. And it says, what I desire, which is aligned with my spirit, is already here. I can attract anything I desire into my life. Abundance is a state of mind. It already exists. The experience I desire and all that I want to attract into my life are not in some far off distant land. Instead, all that I want is already here for me. Life is magnificent, exceptional, and miraculous. I just have to reach out and grasp it. Heck yeah. And I feel like that's another card of reminding you of your power and mindset, like how you truly can shift your mindset to be in that more of receivership by shifting it into gratitude, shifting it into peace and love, and a focus on abundance, on everything that you have. Yeah, there's something like that too. And then the second card is surround yourself with love. It says, amazing things happen when I distance myself from the negative. Negative vibrations drain your energy. Align with your true loving and kind nature by seeking people and atmospheres that help you raise your vibrations to a higher level. Invest your time and attention in positivity. Surround yourself with love and you will become love. True. And I think even breaking away from this relationship that we've been talking about, I think you've tapped more into that, like actually how much that relationship brought you down because of the negativity. I think that person lives in a lot of self-hatred, unfortunately. So I think naturally they have a lot of negativity to them and their being. It could be that they even like just brought down people and things and kind of always like had an opinion about everything, and not in a way that is empowering, in a way that's disempowering. So you are really choosing differently now, and you're recognizing in yourself the negative thought patterns, and you absolutely are being the alchemist and changing those and really practicing the vibration that you most align with now. So that's what I'm feeling, want to say. So that was it. That was the last message. Thank you guys for joining this mystery reading. I hope it brought you some nourishment. And again, come on back whenever you need nourishment. These readings are timeless, so they will be here for you. Thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next reading. Bye.